As we begin the hurricane season today, many agencies are trying to make sure they're prepared to assist you during the storm. That includes keeping the power on. I'm joined by the Vice President of Entergy Louisiana, John Hawkins, to talk about how they're preparing to help customers out. John, thank you for being with us this morning.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me.
And storm season is, of course, one of the times that we talk to you guys the most. Tell us how you all start preparing ahead of storms and ahead of a season that we're hearing is expected to be above average again.
Well, I think for us, we get a lot of opportunity given our proximity down here to the coast. So we're preparing year round, but specifically for storm season, we just had our system drill last week. And then we also have regional drills where we go through and test out new ideations, new processes. And then we're also doing our targeted work for reliability, and then also for vegetation. We're going through proactively doing trimming and replacing equipment. So we're doing a lot of things. It's a busy time for us right now.
Definitely. And I understand you all do some prepping with the Red Cross as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so for us, we make sure we partner with them we have different programs and just making sure everyone is aware of the type of safety that's needed when we are, when we come across a storm.
And one of the things we followed, of course, last storm season with Ida was that transmission tower in Avondale that fell. Can you give us an update on where you guys are with getting that back up and working?
Yeah, we're working through that right now, and obviously everyone knows about that tower. Definitely took some damage during Hurricane Ida. However, we've been working on that since the storm, and that it is expected to be replaced by August 1st. So we're getting really close.
Sure, and we know one of the big criticisms of that was that people were saying that should have been inspected more, that it needed updates. So has all of the equipment been checked to make sure that it is up to date so it won't be damaged in a storm just because it's old or should have been replaced sooner?
Well, I'd tell you that, I know there's been a lot of opinions about that. However, when you think about the equipment, we do perform inspections, and you think about that tower specifically. That tower had been around, and it was built to a standard, and it held up to that standard. However, I think we all know that the intensity of storms has increased just along with the frequency of storms. So with that, we also have to evolve. And I'll tell you, the new tower that we're installing, it'll be able to handle 175 mile per hour winds.
Wow. And when is that expected to be completed?
August 1st.
All right. Thank you so much for that update, and thank you for joining us this morning. Just quickly, I know that ahead of a storm, you guys can always predict how many outages you will have. How do you guys go about doing that?
We have a tool that we use. It's a software tool, and based on the path of the storm, we put that into that model, and then it predicts the damage. It uses an algorithm to predict the damage and the amount of customers that we can expect to be impacted. And from there, we build our plans, and then that's when we start reaching out for support. If it's going to be a major event.
Gotcha. Well, if this season is like any other, we will expect to be speaking with you more. So John Hawkins, the Vice President of Reliability for Entergy Louisiana, thank you for joining us this morning to talk about those preps.
Thank you for having me.